Okay, I'm back with Sylvia, and today we're going to talk about the different Preston Guilds that you've witnessed and been a part of. So, what was the first one that you remember?
1952, which is a long time ago, and I was 5. But I remember I was on a church banner. It was like a placard, really, um, and I had a pink organza dress that my mum made, um, and it was a bugger to sew. It was in those days. My mum only had an old treadle sewing machine, which was heavy, and it's like net, it's organza, and it was sliding about, and until somebody said put a piece of paper, so she put newspaper because we had nothing else under the organza, the material, to sew it, and it worked. So she had mine to do, and my sister, who's 3 years older than me, she was on another banner similar to me from the church procession. So we both had to have these dresses made, and my mum had to make them. So, but we also had a ball, really, because we went on to the school's pageant on Avon Park, which was lovely.
So that was part of the guild.
Part of the
Yeah.
guild, yeah. I don't remember anything else really about that. Oh, I remember the band that my dad and my brother played in. They were playing behind us, in between my sister and myself. And my brother and my dad played in a brass band, by the way, called Preston Town's Silver Band. And they played in between us, and that was lovely because we keep in contact with my dad and my brother. So,
Quite a family affair then,
oh
wasn't it?
yeah, oh yeah. Everybody was in, and there were ones that we used to put chairs out on the side of the road, and we used to have people guarding the chairs so that somebody didn't pinch them, to get a good view, you know. So, and you'd put those out overnight.
You probably wouldn't be able to do that these days, would you?
No, no. Oh dear. Mind, in those days, you could do anything. You could leave your doors open, and nothing would be taken because nobody had anything else. No, everybody else was in the same boat. No, they just didn't have anything. So it was no use robbing the next door neighbours because they had nothing either. So, and I remember vaguely the town hall, only vaguely. I think it was still up then. 52, yes, it would be. But I think they'd had the fire, hadn't they? And the hall, the top of the
So
town
where
hall.
was the town hall in those days? I know
Where
you
Crystal House is
right.
now.
I know you've mentioned this to me before when we've just been having
Yeah.
conversations.
And they had a police ball, annual police ball, and there was a fire, major fire after the ball, and the whole of the top of the town hall was destroyed. And instead of making it a single story, they pulled the whole lot down. And I remember watching, it was a big wrecking ball that they demolished it with, and a huge crane. And I remember watching it with my mum and seeing this ball swing and knock it all down. Everybody was heartbroken that they pulled it down, and they made that monstrosity of this Crystal House. I think a true Prestonian has never ever taken to Crystal House, whoever they are.
They were very different then with all the glass, wasn't it?
Oh.
I would imagine from what it was previously.
Yeah. I think that was the starting of all these odd modern buildings, glass buildings and whatever, but it wasn't a nice build.
Quite high as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't nice at all. Anyway, so, but I do remember vaguely the town hall. It was nice because they had lovely arches on the ground floor. Open arch, you know, you could walk in and out of. It was lovely. But anyway, that was the 52 Guild. Next was the 72 Guild. That was pretty good actually, but I wasn't involved with the 72 Guild. I was too busy enjoying myself, going out, dancing and what have you. But I went to all the events, you know. I didn't take part in any of the processions, but they used to have the different processions. There was the religious procession, C of E, there was a Catholic, then there was the community procession with all the schools, and then there was the torchlight procession. And the torchlight procession was always a big hit. It was lovely. So that was the 70th. Oh, there was quite a bit of thing going on Moor Park. They had quite a lot of stalls and what have you on Moor Park, and they had that was it. They had a layout of the new hospital, RPH, a design of what it was going to be like.
So was the older hospital still open at that
Yeah,
time then?
yeah.
It was being replaced?
Yeah. Preston Royal, yeah. So they just laid the foundations and they were starting with it. But and it was going to be super duper. It was this big hospital. And that was, what, 72, wasn't it? So they had all the building designs on show, you know. So, and also I looked around the law courts because that was closed for the week.
Were they in a different place then than they are now?
Yeah. Now then, what's it called? It's right opposite the Guildhall Arcade Law Courts.
Is it where the town hall is now?
Yes, yeah. I don't know if is it called Town Hall now.
I think so.
I don't know.
But it's just that part of like
It's
various
all disjointed,
offices,
isn't it?
yeah,
Now?
yeah.
It's opposite the Harris Museum.
Yeah.
Side of the Harris Museum. Those are the Crown Courts, should I say?
That's where they were then.
Yeah, and they're still there. They're still used.
Are they?
But I went. You could go right into the Crown Court, into the Centre Court, Court number 1, and you could go down into the cells where the prisoners were held, ready to go on trial, and it was horrible down there. It really was.
So are they still used as courts? Because I thought all the courts, the Crown Courts,
They do use them.
What used to be Saul Street Baths?
Those are the law courts, I think.
Right.
There's 2.
Well, I didn't realise the others were still.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They still use them. I mean, the Bulger boys were tried in the old one, the Crown Court.
Right.
And it must have been terrifying. I know there were so-sos, but I've sat in the dock.
What have you been up to, Sylvia?
But it is so awe-inspiring.
So that was a tour that you had? Yeah.
No, you could just go and look round.
Right, okay, yeah.
And you could sit, actually, in the dock or in the public gallery, you know.
Okay.
But the seating is so narrow. You know, you can't get your bum on it, really. But it's very small, but it's all round. It goes up like this. You know, the seating's, what do you call it? You know, it's all vaulted or something.
Is it like a balcony or something, or
no, like a cinema when all
raised?
the seats raised.
Yeah.
And it really is quite imposing. And it's horrible, really. But they still do use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So regarding the guild, we've talked about the guild work with you.
Yeah.
1972.
Yeah. Well,
is that when you went round the
the
courts?
And I learned that there was a door from the cells leading to the old police station.
Right.
Now the old police station used to be, is it Brierley Street, you call it?
Was that like round the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the police station. And they used to take the prisoners underground.
Right.
But that's what I learned then, and which I didn't know, which was quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, that was the 72 Guild. And the 92 Guild, that was really good. I think that was even better, because it spanned a longer time. No, it was more or less most of the year there was something going on, like it was in the 2012.
Yeah, they call them guild years, don't they? And
yeah.
so they have events like throughout the year, like you say.
Yeah. Whereas the 52 Guild was just like 2 weeks. But this one was quite good. There was all sorts of events going on in the 92 Guild. And I remember going on to the Avon Park for the concert. It was what was it?
Was that the 92 one? Or was it the 2012 one?
No, that was the 92 one. There was just that one big concert, I think.
Right, okay.
And it poured down.
Typical.
Yeah, honestly. It poured down that night, and they were giving out ponchos with the Guild logo on. And we all donned our ponchos. And when I looked, and I thought, that was really unfortunate, because we looked like a big gathering of the Ku Klux Klan, because they were pointed. And it was really quite unfortunate. I think, it didn't look very good. But it was a lovely concert, and the conductor and the orchestra came on in the coattails and wellies. It was that bad.
So was it like a classical concert, it sounds like?
Sorry, that was what I was looking for. And there was a firework display during the thing, and they did the Sorcerer's Apprentice, play the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and they had all these images transposed on round the actual park. It was brilliant, and the sorcerer, the apprentice getting into mischief. I don't know if you know the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
No.
Oh, it's brilliant. If you ever find out you want to come and see it or listen to it, it's lovely. And it's this young apprentice who gets carried away while the sorcerer's not there, and gets into all sorts of mischief.
Yeah.
And all these brooms and things start to come alive and cause mayhem.
It sounds really interesting.
It's good. Yeah. And the music's brilliant.
Yeah.
And it showed this all round the actual park. And then there was fireworks. It was absolutely brilliant. What else? There was so much there. I can't remember all of it.
No.
There was something for everybody. It was brilliant. And then you get the three proclamations. Proclamation number 1, number 2, and the final one. And that you get all the burgesses, guild burgesses.
So is that a tradition that dates back to the first Preston Guild?
Yeah. Not the first one, no, but I think it was 1950 something when they started that.
Oh, okay.
So it was quite late. But when they first started this guild, you had to have, they were a bit like the burgomasters in Germany. You know, you had to have their permission to set up a stall.
It was all to do with trade, wasn't it, when it originally started?
And you had to have their permission. But the burgesses, they had to sign in, and every 20 years, re-associate themselves with the guild. And of course now it's only not a tradition. It's a tradition, but it doesn't stand for anything. You know, it's not.
It's more like a celebration.
Celebration,
isn't it, really?
Yeah. And so they do that every 20 years, and it's a big thing that they have all the robes and everything. It's brilliant to see it, and they go through all the rigmarole of what they have to say and what have you. It's good. And of course, then we come to the 2012 Guild, which was brilliant to me because I was a volunteer, guild volunteer, and I enjoyed every single minute of that guild. And I volunteered for everything. If they said we need some people for such and such thing, right, I'm in.
That doesn't surprise me, Sylvia. I know you like to volunteer.
Oh, loved it. And I was exhausted by the time I finished, but I really enjoyed it.
What sort of things did you volunteer for?
Meeting and greeting, people coming to do's, and anybody that wanted to know anything, we were there. I took a lot of data from people, attending the functions, and we also did quite a lot of stewarding for all the processions. Sometimes I was a walker with the procession, sometimes I was static, and we did a lot of. I never believed there was so much work involved with organising something like this. It was amazing, and we had all these signs to make, to get all the procession entrance in the right place at the right time, in the right order.
A lot of organisation, isn't it? A lot of planning.
And they were all in different parts of the centre. And I was never involved with the floats. That was on Moor Park, but I was involved with getting everybody corralled into the right area.
Yeah.
For all of the processions, and the torchlighting procession in definitely. But I never saw the torchlight procession because I was walking with them.
Oh right, so it was actually part
of the
it.
Floats, yeah. So I saw it afterwards, but I didn't see the whole thing at the time.
Yeah.
But I was also I was a participant in getting everybody corralled in the right area, ready to join the procession.
An important job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We all did
it needs
job.
that organisation, doesn't it?
Something and that was all down to Rob, a man called Rob Bratton, and he was a gem. He was the guild volunteer coordinator, and his job was mammoth.
It must have been.
But he did it with so much joviality and he knew all our names.
And how many volunteers were there? Did you
About
say?
300.
Right.
But they did a lot of them. Some of them didn't do as much as others.
No.
It depended how much or how little you wanted to do. But he knew everybody's name. Whenever I went in, he'd say, "Hello, Sylvia." No.
Yeah, that's nice.
And he must have known everybody.
Yeah.
He was a lovely man. And he was the right person to do it.
Yeah,
because
we'd have
done anything for him. No, it was good. And we used to do for the marathon. Oh, I don't know if anybody remembers the marathon for the guild. It threw it down. I mean, it was a wash. And I was stewarding.
So where did the marathon run from and to?
I've got the route here somewhere, but it went up through the centre, round Cotton, round there and then back again.
Right.
So we had to have stewards at each point.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But it, as I say, it threw it down, and I had waterproofs on. And I could wring them out. It was I was wet through to my underwear. When finished. How these poor runners went on, I don't know. But they all had to change in the Guildhall Arcade.
Yeah.
The empty shops, and they were all given numbers.
Right. Yeah.
And they were swilling it out. They were sweeping the walk.
Yeah, they would be.
It was that bad.
Shame.
But it was good. But we had to do all the packs because they're all timed. All the runners are timed.
Yeah.
They have their own individual time, and they were all done in packs. They had a number, and they were given safety pins and everything to pin on, but the actual time chip was in there.
Right, so they wore something that gave them the time.
And they went through the starting line and the finishing line, and theirs was timed electronically.
Because it'd be such a big event, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah. But we did all that.
Yeah.
No, in stages. No, we sent out all the memorabilia, all the things, for people, giving them the name, the time, the numbers, and where they started from,
and
everything. And we wrote to them and posted them, what have you. And we did all that.
Yeah.
I loved it. And you just went, just a spare half an hour. If you loaded down the shopping, you think, well, I've just got half an hour. And we used to go into the building.
You could just volunteer on the spur of the moment.
There was always something
I'm going to say there'd always be something that needed doing. Yeah.
They always wanted people to volunteer and say, all right, yeah, dump your shopping down there and get
yeah. No wonder you were tired. I bet you did a lot of volunteering.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there was the village on Miller Park. You'll remember that, won't you? Another vintage village. That was spectacular. And of course the concert, we went to the concert, didn't we?
I saw you at the concert, I
went with you and David, didn't I?
Yeah, I was thinking, I knew I'd seen you, I forgot you actually came with us,
and the other ones I was stewarding, so I enjoyed the 2012 Guild immensely.
The concert was the Human League, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. And that theatre, the way they did it was amazing. Like and all the, it looked like stars, didn't it?
Yeah.
Round the side. Brilliant. And then there was the Preston Passion.
And you were involved in
I was
that,
involved,
weren't you?
yeah. And that was unbelievable. It was brilliant. And I've still got the cassette.
Well, that was recorded, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember that
It was
being
BBC.
broadcast. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It was so well done. No, Fern Britton, was it Fern Britton? Narrated it.
Can't remember who it was, but
Yeah.
That was in front of the bus station,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was the BBC that did that. And we all had, to take photographs in, and they took photographs of your photographs, and then they blew them up and put them on tiles, cardboard tiles, and you each had to grab a cardboard tile and put it above your head. This was for the cross. So somebody that you wished to remember took a photograph in, and that was held up.
Quite emotional.
Yeah. And I took 2 photographs in of my mum and dad, and I've still got them to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lovely memory.
Yeah. They were going to destroy them, BBC. And so this was after the Passion had finished. So we all grabbed the towel and trying to find ours.
I'm going to say most people I thought would have liked to take theirs.
Oh yeah. It was good memory, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that's
quite a lot of memories that you've shared then. So.
Yeah.
Are you going to be volunteering at the next one?
In the bath chair, probably.
I can see that you'll be there doing something.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
If I'm capable, yeah.
Yeah.
But I so much enjoyed it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. And I think that's about it.
Okay, well thanks for talking to us again about memories, this time about the Preston Guilds. I'm sure we'll be back and do some more.
Well, hope so.
More recordings.
Yeah.
Thank
you very much, Julie.
Thank you.